Quiet Thoughts, Episode 2. There's a certain weight that comes with quiet moments. Not the kind that overwhelms you, but the kind that reminds you how long you've been moving without really noticing where you're going. Silence has a way of revealing things you didn't realize you were carrying. Thoughts that stayed in the background. Feelings that never had space to breathe. Memories that waited for you to slow down. When the world gets quiet, even for a moment, you start to hear the soft things. The things that don't shout. The things that don't demand attention. A small detail in the room. The way the light falls on a surface. The sound of your own breath settling into a rhythm you didn't know you needed. It's strange how something so simple can feel like a reminder. A reminder that you're here. That you're alive. That you're allowed to pause. We spend so much of our lives running. Running toward goals. Running away from fears. Running through days that blur together. And somewhere in that rush, we forget how to just exist. Not to perform. Not to achieve. Not to impress. Just exist. Quiet moments bring you back to that. They strip away the noise, the pressure, the expectations. And what's left is you. The version of you that doesn't need to prove anything. But quiet can feel uncomfortable at first. It exposes the things we avoid. The thoughts we postpone. The emotions we mute. Stillness forces you to face yourself without distraction. And maybe that's why it feels heavy. Not because it's too much, but because it's honest. Honesty has weight. Not the painful kind, the grounding kind. The kind that reminds you what actually matters. In the quiet, you start to notice patterns. How often you rush through moments that deserved more attention. How often you hold tension in your body without realizing it. How often you silence your own needs because the world feels too loud. And slowly, the quiet becomes less intimidating. It becomes familiar. Comforting. A place where you can hear your own thoughts without them echoing. A place where clarity begins to form, not all at once, but gently. Like a fog lifting. Clarity doesn't arrive with noise. It doesn't show up in the middle of chaos. It appears in the pauses. The moments we usually skip. The moments we treat as empty, even though they're full. Full of understanding. Full of truth. Full of the parts of ourselves we forget to listen to. So if the quiet feels heavy, maybe it's because it's meaningful. Maybe it's carrying the things you've been too busy to feel. Maybe it's reminding you that slowing down isn't weakness. It's wisdom. And maybe in these quiet moments, you're not stopping your life. Maybe you're finally starting to live it with intention.